Om Shanti. Good evening and a very hearty welcome to every one of you. For the past few days, we have been reflecting on the call and gift of time. We all know time is the most essential resource. Once it is passed, we do not get time back. If we look at our own past, we sure have a lot of experiences which demonstrate the importance of time and how crucial it is to utilize our time and do things at the right time. In today's meditation, we will contemplate on what it is we need to do to keep ourselves protected at these times and the importance of recharging ourselves so we can redesign our lives and the world around us. Let's sit back. In the journey of life, we, the souls, the invisible travelers, the actors, we have gone too far in one direction. We have been focused outward. We have kept ourselves occupied with achieving, to create, and to use. And in that process, we forgot the inner being. We forgot to look within. We lost balance between the inside and the outside. Being in the material world, we forgot the spiritual side, the self. And with that, we used up all the spiritual power we once had. We were full at once, but we used up all that we had. And the downfall was so gradual, we did not realize that we are being discharged. And it is not the story of me alone. But all the souls in the world. Everyone has slowly lost the spiritual power. Conflicts in relationships, expectations, greed, violent actions are all a reflection of inner emptiness, inner vacuum. And we are looking outward to fill ourselves in. And we have been doing that for a long time now. It is now time to stop and check. Am I spiritually tired? The easiest way to check spiritual exhaustion is to see that uncomfortable feeling of irritation and feeling overwhelmed. And the expectations from others to love me, to respect me, to understand me. And it could also be expecting my material possessions to give me happiness, a sense of self-worth. Do I see any of these symptoms? Expectation from others and from outside is like connecting a discharged battery to another discharged battery. And expect my battery to be charged. One discharged battery cannot charge another discharged battery. By doing so, we only get further discharged with disappointments and with constant complaints. The need of the time is to connect myself to the powerhouse and to recharge. And when I am charged, I can serve others through my spiritual power. When I am charged, I will be a giver and not someone who expects, but someone who gives. And the world needs a giver. For me to give, I need to fill myself with spiritual power. For the next few minutes, let us check some of the disappointments and expectations we have or had in our lives. It could be expectations from our own self or from others, from situations. And visualize if I am spiritually energized, how I can transform those situations. Let us reprogram ourselves, reprogram those situations, reprogram from expecting to giving. In spite of a lot of attention, we do develop and hold on to a lot of expectations. And we create a lot of expectations. Most of the times, it might not be from others. It could be from our own self. It is important we let go and don't beat ourselves up. And to have compassion towards our own self. And indeed is the need of the hour. Because beating myself up will further discharge me. The present time is the most benevolent time of all. It is at this window of time we receive spiritual awakening. We understand about the spiritual self, the battery, and the supreme soul, the powerhouse. It is at this time we can connect to the source and charge ourselves. By remembering Him and connecting to Him through our mind. While sitting in meditation, and even whilst in the middle of situations, I can connect to Him at any time. It is from Him we receive the spiritual wisdom and power. Spiritual wisdom and power are the most essential for the self and the world around. So we can reprogram the self to transform from being a taker to a giver, from a slave to a master. When every soul in the world is recharged, full and content, everyone is a giver and everyone is a master who has mastery over their own self. Then there's nothing that can cause sorrow. So, to create a world of happiness and a world where there's no trace of sorrow, I need to recharge myself and become full. And it is the most precious gift to myself and to the world. A gift that time has brought. It is time that has brought us to spiritual awakening. And I need to make the best out of this benevolent and auspicious time. And I will make the best out of it. And I recharge myself. Om Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining today. We will see you tomorrow at same time.